I'm trying to be quiet because we're at the market now. It's not selling yet. I have Alex on one side, and Annie, do you consent to being on video?
Huh?
You consent to being on video?
Yes.
Alex, do you consent to being on video?
No. Just kidding.
Well, time to restart. Hi again. I am Fathom, and I am the founder of Other Fiber Creations, and today's video is a bit different. If you're new here, it's probably like a, okay, cool, I don't know what it usually is like. If you're old here, that feels weird to say. If you've been around a while, you're like, ooh, exciting. Ooh, what could they have in store? I'm not going to keep you waiting any longer. Today, versus it being one of my normal filming days, which is like a Monday to Thursday situation, because I edit on Fridays, today is a market day. It's a Saturday. I never film on Saturdays, but today I'm doing it because I thought I'd bring you along to my market today. It is a lower stakes market. It is only 4 hours long. It's technically 5 hours if we include setup. I caught that mic so smooth. I cannot believe I just did that. So, it is around 8:14 a.m. I say around as if I didn't just look at a clock in the other room. I leave here around 10:45 after loading the cars. Yes, cars plural, because I have two friends coming to help, Alex and Annie. This is not the same Alex I've mentioned on this channel before. They are coming by because I don't drive, because I'm disabled, but it happens. My job this morning, besides making myself look so nice in the Cupid cardigan, if you want to hear more about the Cupid cardigan, you can go here. My job is to finish packing up my inventory, finish packing up my shelving, and then make sure that I feel good to go, which includes eating because this market happens over lunchtime. Right now, my shelving is all packed. I'm looking down here because I have all of my bags packed. I have my table display packed. I have my tablecloth packed. I think I have some hangers. I'll make sure. I'll double check that because I'm bringing hangers. Meanwhile, I don't think I'll be able to show you this in camera range. Let me try it. I am standing inside of, you can't see on bottom, I'm inside of it, a clothing rack that I finished building yesterday. Last time I was at this market, I brought just my shelves, and people were like, I love all this plushie stuff, but I'd love to see your clothing since you're wearing some of it. I'd love to see more of it. So, I have this little bamboo display. It folds out. I'm going to have to disassemble that in a second. It hangs clothes on this pole and this pole. And so I will bring some clothing and hangers to do that with. There we go. It is standing now. Excellent. So that is the thing I'll need to pack, and then I will do a look over on my plushies. Last time the best seller was definitely Mothman, so I didn't make any for this market because I'm a fool. I make Cthulhu instead. We'll see how it goes. For now, I'm going to sit for a second, finish my morning routine because I have my medication for alopecia to take and all that jazz, and then we will get started on whatever comes next. Pew, pew, pew. Okay, I have done my first go around on getting some inventory packed. Now you're on a microphone stand, which is just a double-ended knitting needle. Fantastic. Welcome to my bedroom. It is a mess. This is my frogging pile. It sits here at the end of my bed. This is my bed with the big blanket on it that I made. Beautiful. You've been here before if you've been here before. So, the important thing is this bin right here in the background. This bin holds the inventory we are going to bring with us today. It has not been touched since last month's market, which means I need to open it and look at what's inside of it. That's always the scary part. So, that bin I just dropped is everything I've made since my last market. You can hear more about that way up here in the corner. I am so far back in this shot, but I cannot bring myself to care. Let's open up this bad boy. I didn't break my nail. Excellent. Okay. I am going to have to shift a few things around. We have a bunch of shawls in here, which I love making shawls. Shawls and blankets are my go-to comfort project. Whenever I feel unwell, whether it's cramping or just winded or I feel sick, I go for a shawl or a blanket. I have 12 clothing spots on my rack today. I'm bringing 12 hangers. So I'm going to pull out all the blankets and shawls and make a decision. Blanket, shawl, 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 shawl. Okay. We have a set of 3 berets. I have not made more yet. I want to make more. Haven't yet. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think just 4 boyfriend beanies. 4 boyfriend beanies. A metric craptonic coasters that were all pulled out of their basket for some reason or another. I've got some Scraptopie, some dragon egg pouches, which, if you're watching this video, the dragon egg pouch pattern is out now, and so is the Scraptopie. The Scraptopie are a free pattern on my Rippler. They don't come with the tag, of course. They're little octopi made out of yarn scraps. And the dragon egg pouches are these little pouches that have a belt loop. They are fantastic for rent fairs and things like that. You can get that pattern for, I think, $2 on my Rippler. The price might have changed since I put it up. Who knows? I'm filming this ahead of time, so I'm never 100% consistent with what I know is going to happen. So, besides those wearables in here, I see we got some little dinos. I see we have Molly the Mushroom Sprite available on my website. At least she was when I'm listing this. We'll see if she still is. Some scrunchies. Okay. So this is a mess. The basket in here. It is not at all organized, but I expected as much. I do think that it could do good to add to this a bit. So, what's in here? Good. Scraptopie. Let's reload this bad boy. We go into the basket of things I've made. We got another one. How many are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I like to bring 10, so I'll grab one more. I like this one. There we go. Next, I know we are out of adult dragons, so I'm going to grab this one. This is Dracatar. Each dragon is uniquely named. I make a point to avoid using the same color combinations more than once in order to keep them unique. So this is Dracatar. He has fancy eyes. I like him. He is named after the poison dragon god at the LARP that I go to. Let's go ahead and add the Cthulhus. Here they are. We have one in dark green and one in light green. Very cute. I almost said very mindful, very demure, but now is not the time. We add those. I think we could add a couple of Corbies. Corby, not Kirby, not Carby, but Corby, not trademarked in any capacity, I'm pretty sure. We'll see. The third one is on the floor for some reason. Away you go. I have 5. I think we're going to take 2 Starshroom boys. So the stars curl up to look like flowers, and then you can expand them. And they're stars on like this night sky blue. I think they're so cute. If we're taking Starshrooms, we should take a couple of Bushrooms, which I think are already in here. Let me check. They are. Fantastic. And then I have these new guys. These are my cube kittens. I have them in sienna, oatmeal, and vanilla white. I think I'll take 2 of each to start with. Feels like a good starting point since it's a smaller market. Give them some options, but leave some table space. I also have already packed an adult cube cat, which I think is cute. We are going to take the raccoon. Very nice. If you want to hear more about me prepping all this stuff, you can go top left in the distance. Oh god. Up there somewhere. You'll see it. It's your top right. Oh yeah, I forgot I made these. I'm so cool. Last new thing to pack this time are these little guys. These are Pikmin. I have just the blue ones done. because I'm taking this time. I'm going to these markets to make a little bit of money to help me prep for the actual market season, which starts in a couple months for me. So, that's all of the new guys packed. Scrunchies and sponges are fine. These guys are fine. Molly goes back in. The hats, I think, will stay home today. I had a separate shelf rack for them last time that I don't have a spot for this time. So these will go away for now. I think the dice pouches as well. Or the belt pouches, rather. The beanies, that's fine. Now I have the spots for 12 clothing items. This is where I get to get a little bit picky and choosy. We're going to start off with shawl 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 clothing items to start. That's a good start. The blanket I'm on the fence about, so I'll put the blanket down for now. It's time for me to go peeking in my drawers and see what I think, and I'll come back to you when I have 8 more items to stick in there. Pew pew pew. I found the items. So we have, making sure this is on, This is one of my circle shawls. You wear it over your shoulders. Wow, I like the colors. 1. Well, it's technically 5 because we're on 4 in the previous clip. I have a second one of those in pretty colors. 6. I have a pair of pretty ponchos with tassels. That brings us to 8. I have one sunflower vest. 9. I have a pair of blanket cardigans, one of which matches one of the berets. I will bring the beret with me just in case. 11. And then finally, the piece that I am the proudest of that I've ever made. Let's change this microphone for a second. I'm going to have to talk a little differently because you're farther from my mouth now. Yeah, I know, it sucks. No more ASMR voice from Fathom. This is the Lotus Duster from Morale Fiber. I have made 2 of these. I like this one better. I know I'm not supposed to have a favorite child. This one is. If you want to see me making the one that is not my favorite child, but I still love with my entire heart, up here, as always. Beautiful hand movement. So schmexy. So, these are made out of a bunch of different scraps. I pick a color scheme and then go with it. This one was cookies and cream, was the goal. I love the colors. I love the hood. I love the drama of it. So I'm going to have this be number 12 because the people at this market in particular, let's go ahead and go back to being quiet now. I'm trying to save my voice, so I'm talking quietly, hence you being close to my face. The people at this market in particular are a different crowd than the people that go to my regular market. If you are a small business owner, a thing you learn is that when you go to these places to meet the people where they are, you need to be aware of who your audience is. My audience is someone like me. I am childish in a lot of ways. Child at heart, so to speak. I am a nerd. I love the macabre, hence why in previous videos we've talked about me being excited to get bones. I love things that are eclectic and bright and colorful. So, with that in mind, those are all segments of my branding. I have this bright, cheery sunflower coloration, but a very adult-looking logo, very mature-looking. When I go and present at a market, I have a wide variety of items I provide, and I keep that in mind when I pick what to bring with me. This is my 4th market that I've been to. I have been to 10 plus markets. This is the 4th unique market I've been to. Let me say that. My first one was a very alternative place. People were there to make mid-sized purchases, so big purchases were a no-no. Small purchases, a kid might get that on their family day outing, but most of my purchases were mid-sized. It was people who wanted things like frogs, possums, Mothman, Cthulhu. They wanted things that are popular in the LGBT community. I gesture like that because I am LGBT, in case that wasn't clear. My next market, it is the one I normally sell at. It is very kid heavy. I make a lot of small purchases. I nickel and dime, so to speak. People like $15 and under when possible. $20 and under is more the way I should phrase that. A kid might come up with a 20, spend 15 of it. It is families at a farmer's market who want to get something for their kid for being good while they're out. That is the main thing. And so edgier things like the Mothman, the Cthulhu, etc., don't typically sell as well. But I sell there because I make a lot more commissions there. People will want something specific. They have more money to spend because it's a richer, more affluent area of this town that I live in, Huntsville, Alabama. And so I will go there. I will show them this is the quality of my work. You can see all of the fancy clothing I make. You can see all the blankets I make, all the plushies I make. I bring the alternative stuff so you can see I don't just make cutesy stuff. And I get commissions from there. I have made at least $500, $600 from commissions there alone. The third one didn't go well. Worst market I've ever done. It was a brand new organizer who was given the event a month out from it. She had not actually been the one who accepted my business. The previous person who ran it accepted 6 crochet businesses out of 15 total vendors. I'm glad I at least made back like the exact amount I spent to be there, but that was because this vendor went, not the vendor, the organizer went and bought something from every vendor as a thank you for still coming. And this one is an artist pop-up that I go to once a month during the off season now. It is ran by another small business owning friend. And the people who come here are once again a lot similar to my first market. The only difference is instead of mid-size, you get people who are casual who walk in who want to buy small things. And you get people who run businesses there who want big things. So, I'm feeling pretty good about my setup here. Thing I'm not feeling pretty good about now that we're back on topic. This is not all going to fit in here, is it? I know that you've probably been staring at it like, Fathom, you're crazy. That's not going to go in. And you're right, it's not. I'm trying real hard in this moment, but I can see very clearly. I'm gonna take some of this stuff and move it to the basket you saw me organizing out in the living room. And then I should be about packed, which is good. All I'll really have left is my cash box, which I know where it is. That's not a concern. My card reader, sitting with the cash box, I know where it is. And picking what project I'm going to bring with me. I'm thinking a blanket or a shawl, maybe? I know, comfort project. And then I will go from there. For now, though, you and I have rambled a bit. You've heard a bit about me setting up for markets. You've seen me setting up a bit for market. I think that we are going to stop filming until I am at the event setting up. If I forget my camera or I'm unable to film, you'll see me when I get home because I'm not going to scrap all this great footage. I'm sorry if I forget to do that. I'm hoping I remember. Memory not always the best, but we will see what happens. For now, it's like 9ish. I need to eat still, and I don't think you need to be with me to just eat a breakfast sandwich. And yeah, I'm gonna go do that, and I will see you soon. Pew, pew, pew. Okay, I'm trying to be quiet because we're at the market now. It's not selling yet. I have Alex on one side, and Annie, do you consent to being on video?
Huh?
You consent to being on video?
Yes.
Alex, you consent to being on video?
No. Just kidding.
Well, time to restart. Yes, we can hand you your bag. There you go. We just finished setting up. I'll show you the display. Don't complain to me. If you do complain, put it in the comments. It gets me engaged either way. So, it is currently 11:41. The market starts in 19 minutes. I feel good about that. And yeah, I don't know why I'm checking in, besides I told you I would. If you're sitting here at this point and you want to hear the results of how this market goes, you should like, comment, and subscribe. If you're going to do one of those things, make it subscribing. You can find all that down in the description below. I'm so good at my job. And yeah, Anything to say, Alex?
Hit that bell.
Anything to say, Annie? Like and subscribe. Look at that. I have such supportive friends. Oh my god. It is the end of the market. It is 3:52 p.m., but everybody's going ahead and calling it. Uh-huh. I just looked over and I just saw Alex just sticking an arm out. Hi. So, I'm feeling pretty good about it. We will have an actual breakdown when we get home. For now, though, it is teardown time. For me, that means having my helper people ask me, where does this thing go, over and over again. It goes away. That is the answer of where it goes.
Where does this go?
If you can't hear, immediately they started asking me, where does this go? Where does that go?
And I was like,
No,
that's a good idea.
I'm saying in case they didn't hear you, because I have them. Corey, this is a disaster. Uh-huh. Oh my god. I'm trying to film a serious thing describing how my market days go, and
Yeah.
here come the clowns.
I'm a professional yes-ander.
Yes, and indeed. But yeah, we had a good market day in general, and I will give you the specifics, breakdown-wise, when I am back home and the clowns have gone away for the evening.
Corey can't interrupt.
Yeah, and Corey can't interrupt me.
Interrupting Corey says
Dude, come on. You've got to be more creative than that. Come on. Oh my god. Okay, we are back home. The clowns are gone. I can actually talk to you now. Hi. Today was a hectic day. It is one of those where this market is a less busy one, it's a smaller one. My booth neighbor, I felt really bad for them, did not make any sales. We had to talk about it. They were very frustrated. I felt really bad, especially since I was doing pretty well. It happens to the best of us. I have had a market very similar to that made me very angry when it happened, so I get it. But in general, this market was a fun time. Mostly, I went to make connections with other vendors, which I got to do. I met a fun herbalist who is like an accredited herbalist. I got to talk with another crochet artist that I had met previously who does resin art, and a new crochet artist that I hadn't met before. The resin artist one hadn't brought her crochet with her today, so that worked out. I also got to meet, let me think here, someone who had spell work stuff, as well as I got to see the person who made my necklace again. They were fantastic. They bought from me again. So, a lot of people, when they want to talk about markets, want to talk about specific values of things they sold. That is a thing I have noticed that people are really interested in on YouTube is how much did you make? Let's flex. How many dollars did you bring in? But for me, it's not about the dollar amount. It should be because I'm a business owner, but I like to know more about the data non-numerically. Like, yes, numerically, but not numerically. I want to know what time do I sell best? I want to know what item sells best. I want to know what type of currency works best. So, looking at this, I sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 items total, which is not a crazy huge amount. I'm not here to be like, look at how incredible I am, so much as acknowledge this is what a market day looks like for me. Out of those 9 items, 3 of them are the same item, which means I have a bestseller, and it's an item that I would do good to restock on. Not only that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these were done with the same payment method. So I have a main payment method as well. The items I sold today were 1 leggy frog, 3 little turtles, 1 velveteen dragon. I feel like I sold 2 for some reason, but a velveteen dragon, a Corby, a mini fidget shroom lad, and a Pokeball. Most of these sales happened throughout the day, actually, about 2 an hour on average. I sold for 4 hours, 2 sales per hour equals 8. I sold 3 in the last hour, so 3 to 4 was my best-selling hour. Makes sense. When it comes to payment type, best payment method was a card reader, which makes sense. I have, in fact, had a market where cash was my best friend. That was my first time at my main market I sell at. People kept asking what I preferred. I prefer cash because there's less card reader fees. I am out of it and tired from having socialized all day. Blech. And so I like to see, okay, this is a place where I need to prioritize having my cash box full. This is a place where I need to prioritize having my phone charged for the card reader. This one is the latter. Good to know. All in all, this was a very fun time. I think that it is a place that I hope to go again, at least during my off-season months. And yeah, I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope you got the answers you're looking for. Today's question of the day is there any questions you have for me about selling at markets? Because this is the start of my second year doing them. I sold at 10, 11 markets last year, and I've done 2 so far this year. If you have any questions, let me know down in the description below. Comments below. Words are hard when you've been talking all day long. If you like this video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. If you're going to do one of those 3 things, make it subscribing so you can see all the other interesting things I get up to, including more market days potentially, if you all show interest in them. I've asked the question of the day. If you want to find some of my patterns, such as my scrap-to-pie, the little octopus guys you saw, if you want to see some of the dragon egg pouches that were on my table, the beanies that I had up for sale, you can find those patterns on my Ribbler in the description below. Some of them are free, some of them are paid. You won't know until you go down there to look. I recommend going and taking a peek and possibly following me on there, because following me is for free, and it will let you know when I release more patterns that might also be free. Who knows? With that, I am going to go watch some more Spy X Family, because I started rewatching it, because I haven't watched season 2 yet, and it's so cute. Oh my god. And then I am going to have a tasty dinner to celebrate a good day of sales, where, here, I'll tell you this. I sold just over $100 worth of stuff. You don't need to know specifics of price. If you want to know, ask in the comments below. Pew pew. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.